How excited are you about the prospect of fighting on this promotion?
I'm very excited. I've been trying to get these fights, to fight one of the best in the Bantamweight. And finally it is happening. The winner here will go home with 4 belts and Muhammad Ali trophy. So, that's history in the making. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I know you fought in the UK before. I think you beat Butler in 2015 on the Liverpool show. Before you talk about that, I want you to talk about how you got into this sport, because there's a load of people on my platform that aren't aware of you, don't know your journey. So talk about how you got into the sport and your journey so far.
We grew up in East London in an area called Mtanzane. We have a big background of boxers back there. But by the time I was born, I didn't know any of them. So I was being tortured a lot by the guys I was growing up with. So it was kind of getting a bully. They were bullying us around together with my brother. But eventually we saw a small gym at school. And we thought, let's go and see what is happening in that class, because we could see from the outside there was full of steam. So we went to check in the windows, and one of the guys take us in, and then we got a beating of sparring for the first time. But we enjoyed it, for some time. And then that's how we got into boxing. We loved what was happening, the training and the boxing. So that's how we got into boxing, and we got motivated as well, because my father was a boxer as well, but never turned pro. And we were so fortunate in our area. We had an SA champion who stayed not far from our home. So we were motivated by him, and that is why I'm here today.
And what is it about the sport that kept you involved? Because I can imagine there are times when it's difficult to make a living out of boxing.
It is very difficult, especially coming from my side. In South Africa there's not a lot of jobs, and my parents were struggling at the moment. So I didn't even know that in boxing you can make a living. I just joined the sport because I loved it from the first word, but today I'm a world champion, and I've been struggling since I became a professional. It's not easy. The training is hard. You need to sacrifice a lot of things in life, but I'm happy that I joined boxing, because today I'm here and about to make history.
You are world champion. The checks have got bigger. Life's got better. Talk about growing and moving from where you started and being where you are today, and what this fight is going to do for your profile around the world.
If you check from where I've been and up until now, there's a huge difference, because back then we were struggling a lot. Sometimes we would sleep with an empty stomach with my family, but my mother and father would fight up until they would get something for us to eat. But this time around, I'm a world champion, and I could put food on the table, not only for myself, but for my family. And I've got friends that I'm also helping out when they've got problems as well. So I need to thank boxing for what it has done for myself, because today I'm able to put food. I'm able to give person money if he is asking for help. And that's my dream, to help others, because I know what it feels to grow up in a struggle, but today I can sustain my life, and I can live the way I want to live because of boxing. But I believe once I'm done in boxing, I'll also try and help the others, because there are still youngsters who are still going through what I've been through. But I want to try and not let them go through what I've been going through. I don't want to see anyone sleeping with an empty stomach, but my goal and my dream is to help the others that are still growing up.
You fought, like I said earlier, in 2015 here. Tell me what that experience was like for you. Liverpool, they're raucous up there. The fans are very, very vocal.
Yeah, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had, to come and fight Paul Butler in Liverpool. The crowd was roaming. The crowd was overwhelming, and I believe everyone thought Paul Butler will beat me. In fact, they didn't know anything about me, and everyone judged me according to the fight I lost from South Africa when I was fighting Muruti Mthalane. But eventually I met up with 2 good trainers, and those trainers are now put me in this situation, put me in this part of the world, So going to that fight, I was well prepared, well ready, mentally and physically. That is why I gave the shock of life in the fans of Liverpool and Paul Butler as well.
You mentioned that you'd lost just prior to that. You've had 3 losses. I bet you've learnt more from those losses than you probably did from all your victories. How have you grown as a fighter? What sort of things are you doing differently now that you weren't doing before?
I used to train in my own terms back then. But I noticed that, in the fight, you need to work hard because you want to win the fight, and you must make sure that you don't let any round go. You need to win all the rounds. That's what my trainers have been doing and my manager, and they made sure that my fitness level is very high. Skillful-wise, I'm there, but I was short of fitness level. So that's what they did. They came on board and they boosted me in the fitness levels. And today I'm a fitness freak now. If you put me in the ring, it's like I'm just playing outside.
Your obviously target is to be the biggest name in boxing in the world, put South Africa on the map. How close are you to doing that? You've got a couple of belts. There's one more to grab.
I think winning this series will take me to the top, especially in South Africa. I'll be making history because there's never been a unified world champion in my country, and I'll be making history, bringing the Muhammad Ali Trophy and winning the World Series. I mean, I'll be making history, and I'll feel that I've accomplished my dream.
Good luck with that. Look forward to seeing you fight, okay? Where can people who don't follow you, don't know where to follow you, where can they follow you?
They can follow Zolani Tete at Instagram. It's my real name, Zolani Tete, on Twitter as well. And I'm also on Facebook. It's Zolani Tete, one way.
Thanks for your time. Blessed times.
Thank you.